Welcome back, gamers. It's disco time. Tonight, we're going to try to build communism. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday evening.
Hey, was that? Well. Bringing in that new.
I just had a delicious dinner of goat meat curry.
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing that, dear.
I had some leftover curry I ordered from a nearby place.
Morel still isn't feeling well.
It was really
I
good.
convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest.
I'd never eaten goat
I'm
before.
afraid the cold has really gotten to him. Yes. Field work is a young
It's a lot
person's
like
game,
beef.
they say.
Her voice is shaky.
In fact, I could barely tell the difference.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Something tells me it's up to me again.
No, you don't have to do that. Enough of this fool's errand. Morel will do it. Or Gary. You have work to do. I've wasted enough of everyone's time.
What work?
Be real. Gary is not going to help with this.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Different? How?
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're not telling me the whole story?
I'm not. It's not that.
What is it?
It's a strange feeling.
I'd imagine that during this whole conversation,
I haven't really told this to anyone, but
there's music coming out of that boombox.
you are a police officer.
Just blasting in her face.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Sorry, just give me 1 sec.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it, and you told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
We made it up.
No.
Fiction.
At least, I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence.
Source, crack pipe.
That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too. But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
I thought that said tell her marriage has been a lie for a second. You're not sure you made it up either. It's a false memory. Shit.
Hasn't it? A seed can only bear what's inside. The seed of love is black and oily.
Yeah, suggestion is right.
You might be right, Detective. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I came in on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story.
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Now I understand why you haven't told him about your doubts. Love is hard.
It's not easy. I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about
Grandma?
it, lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
You're not sure you made it up
I'm
either.
not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
That's not how the mind works. We only have memories of memories.
Either way, I should go.
And the
Poor
memories
Morel
bring
is
back
running a
memories,
fever,
bring
and I
back.
need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
You sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas powered. And
Huh.
then a taxi home. It's not
That
so bad.
doesn't sound safe for indoor use. Like the exhaust would.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be
A waste of time. A lie. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
All right. Marriage successfully destroyed.
We should go too.
Yes? What is it?
Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually
Is the guy
help
in a
you with
wig?
something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right?
No, of
Who
course not. I
forgets their
lost my memories,
stories?
remember?
That's not possible.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Nothing.
The sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home.
By the way, have you heard the good word about communism?
The man ponders. You see,
I still never figured out what the deal is with this door. Hold on. Shivers. Physique base. Did I try a crowbar on the door?
you see a heavy.
No? The bolt cutters didn't work? Multi-tool? Wait, when did I get that? For locked containers?
You see a heavy.
Well, apparently it doesn't work on this door.
The man ponders his cooking.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Oh, wait a minute. Now that I have my gun, I just want to see what happens. Monica's titties are big.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
found someone who saw the
A
hanging.
witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and is in witness protection.
My witness ain't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Who he is
It's
irrelevant.
like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the spot. There is no witness.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
Very quietly, no shouting, no commotion.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
I'd imagine you guys drinking and singing lynching songs.
We were drinking, weren't we, guys? I hit the bottle hard. I was drunk as fuck.
Right, I'm convinced, Glenn. Nothing off here. Just a regular hanging.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there.
Looks like a surreal
That
play.
means absolutely nothing to me. Sounds like some made-up horse shit.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
Shanky, it's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
Something wrong about it?
I know you are lying, Shanky.
Great witness.
So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info. Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Wait, where's the option to take out my own gun? The only thing keeping this town from going to hell?
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong.
You don't know what the fuck Kuno's been doing.
All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, Fascia. People here trust us. We're getting complaints.
Fascia. That's short for fascist.
What?
Of course you have. You've been calling people kipped left and right, inciting race violence in my town.
Where are you getting this information from?
Holly said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means. Trying to get the kips out of Revachol before the economy goes to shit.
There is no race rally?
Sure there is. Carly said they're bulk purchasing confetti. Ribbons, too. And loudspeakers. And fireworks. Carly works at the carnival shop, you see?
Don't remember who Carly is.
Get the fuck out of here, you racist carny. There'll be no race rally in my town.
What happened? We got absolutely wiped. Let's go before it gets worse.
What's going on? Are you racist now? Is the rally real? Please don't set up any rally. It will make you look awful.
Oh, there would be an option to threaten him with my gun now that I have it.
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
What do you mean?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you. And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Huh.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm. It reminds you of the day you first
Hey, got my morale back.
with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago.
How many confirmed kills were in my file? Was it 3?
This is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
It's over, Kim. I have the high ground. I talked to you yet? In the cafeteria?
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I want to get to those apartments. But I hear the folks in there are big on communism.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
Probably put my gun away if I'm not using it. Said no cop ever.
Hello again, sir.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved?
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
What did I crack?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
Which drunk are we talking about? It's some third option?
No. Stop goofing around, recruit. No, it's not. Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class
Wait a
woman.
minute.
Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing, though? There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now.
Wait, which drunk is he talking about? Is he talking about one of Hardy's boys? Also, where is that working class woman? She was hanging out outside the bookshop, no?
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Hold on.
Hello again, sir.
I was around here when it happened. Where's the guy? Not one of these guys.
That ride is... Hey, piss... Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Where is this guy they were talking about? Oh. Is it him?
It is such
Oh no, he's the
pleasure
same
to
guy
see
from
you
before.
again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl.
Wow, so like
back when the prick was
100
16.
years ago?
They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Oh, officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
You stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Why do you think she was so indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with weighing your option.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
And all she had to do was just wait a few decades. When poly relationships become the norm.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Sweets, of course.
I thought I made him give me his sandwich already.
To see you again.
All right, this is how we're gonna do it.
Admire your handiwork, chef. With the thing over the E, but there are a few things I do differently.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches. Bingo. This calls for an engineering angle. Structural rigidity, exposed rafters, lattice works, that type of approach.
The bread you built this wonder on could have been toasted.
That would certainly have been an improvement.
Beautiful. Now bring it home with paprika.
I'll do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Sure, but I'll need yours as a prototype.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
That reminds me of a meme I saw today. It was like that Saddam Hussein's bunker meme, but it was like recreated inside of a piece of cake, I think it was.
Okay. Sure. I'm not worried. We're here all the time, every day. Impossible to miss us, officer.
He looks worried.
Is there anything I can do?
Well, let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Colonel, I managed to get my hand on Gaston's sandwich.
Yes, I was standing right here. I saw it. Why are you telling me this?
In these dire times, we are all brothers. Let us, all four of us, dine together as one.
No! I don't understand what
Our
you're trying to
sandwich.
accomplish with this sandwich bonanza. But I already don't like it. All of this is very unprofessional. Makes me think this citizens' militia is nothing but a badly organized band of bullies and jesters. Again, I don't like this.
We're not. The officer was just...
You are representing an organization, an insignia, an idea. You need to understand that.
It's clear these words mean a lot to him.
Everything you do reflects on the idea and the people you are representing. When we think of the RCM, we think of you. Please make it a pleasant thought.
I was just joking around.
I didn't find it funny.
Frank, bro.
Me neither. I don't think anyone did.
It was quite funny, officer. I thought it was very funny.
Unbelievable! How can you even walk up straight with that liquid backbone of yours, Gaston? Officer, what do you want? There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating.
When was the photo of you two taken?
Revachol Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district. A parade was held to honor Guillaume Le Lion's name day, and the Carabiniers marched in the place of honor.
Looked happier in the picture.
This was the happiest day of my life.
What happened?
I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms of this wretch.
The Akira operation was a 7-year campaign, during which suzerain Guillaume's army forcefully united the people in the southeastern part of La Petite Continent, collectively known as the Akira tribes under the Revacholian banner.
I won her back, but while I was dealing with some issues.
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you hurt her. Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd look in his eyes.
I think he's about to murder Gaston. Alright, let's leave these two lovebirds alone. Who the hell is that lady that was in front of the bookshop? Supposed to tell her I found her husband, even though I don't remember seeing him at all?
Paintbrush? Check. Heavy fuel oil? Check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police, mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Beautiful is going to happen, no parking. Hold on a sec. I was going to make a poll, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't feel like learning it right now. So I'm gonna make a pictogram of a human being. Whoa.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
I like it.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Him doesn't understand art.
Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
I don't know about all that. I just like to draw boobies.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday and critique architecture.
Architecture is also art?
Of course not. It's autism.
Huh?
Box drawing. Masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use.
That sounds awesome,
you should
though.
demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts. Only the most experimental kind.
I've been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're
Biennials?
talking real living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home. Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Hell yeah.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
Alright, so the Phasmid side quest is actually finished now. Don't need to recheck the traps.
A plaster cast, but
Okay, why can't I open this door? Or that door?
Give me a moment.
Oh wait, no. Here.
there. Do you smell
Wait,
that?
wait. What?
Can
For
you
what?
not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness, that sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering? What do you smell? The first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming brine. You imagine yourself
That might just be the sea, bro.
100-legged arthropod scuttling along the murky silt at the bottom of the sea.
Oh my god, I just realized the sandwich is still on the screen. I'm sorry.
But then the unmistakable reek of seagull shit hits you, buoyed along on the air currents. An acrid melody atop moldering cords of wood rot and heavy fuel oil.
Everything in order, detective?
What the hell just happened?
A personal errand.
I'm developing my political consciousness.
You're developing your... You know what? I just leave you to it. Carry on, detective.
The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The smell is undeniable, and it's coming from that balcony up there.
You mean Cindy?
Certainement. A precocious communist youth, a symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters.
Okay, that was a weird camera thing that happened. Hey, kid. You like communism?
Again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Piss. You know what? Pissfoot and fuck the world's in their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
How's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency.
Ah, so you want me to stir up some rent-lowering gunshots?
This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red.
I can do that.
We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
She's making a valiant effort to come off as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution.
What's it like being a skull and a commie?
You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs.
Wait, do skulls hate animals?
But I'm still gonna write some damn good graffiti-o on this wall.
Graffitio.
Her voice sounds different when she speaks this candidly. Older somehow.
And what do you know about politics?
I know you bleed white.
Well, well. Sounds like quite the snout you've got there.
I'm a red-blooded American. But not commie red. Red, white, and blue red.
Your olfactory department wants you to know that it accepts no responsibility for wherever this line of interrogation leads you.
Good to know.
Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk that ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban.
Who's Steban?
A right communist who runs a mega...
I thought
cool
communists
and
were left.
Very secret meeting.
You know where to find him?
I might. No.
The lieutenant let slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable.
Come on, help it calm me out.
Oh, fine. I'll help. But first, I want something from you.
A wicked grin extends across her face.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
This is no way to treat your revolutionary brother.
Wrong! This is exactly how I treat my little brother.
I'm not the one who should be oinking.
There, that wasn't so bad, was
The
it?
capitalists.
The lieutenant, needless to say, is not impressed.
Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Staban. It's touching, sort of. Staban's group meets only at night, in an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight. Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m.
Aw, that's in
and
12
you might
hours.
find them. Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself.
What's the catch?
Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Staban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one. Sure, I do. Staban trusts me.
But you're not going to tell me, are you?
Why would I? That would be so boring. Now, let's see if you're half as dedicated a communist as you say you are. That's enough. Off with you then.
Found some drugs in the core room. Yours?
They just might be. Rough stuff. If you take the ride, you'd be wise to buckle your little pig belly up.
Her neurons must be on fire, the heat creating waves and ripples in all she sees. Above all, in her painting.
Does it make you see everything all art-like?
You really think I need to be high to see the world as art? Poor unimaginative piggy. How I wouldn't want to have your peepers.
To hell with the art part, man. It's all about the high anyway.
Oh, that's locked? All right, where should I be going now? How should I spend my time before the meeting? Are there any other commies in Martinez? You don't look like one.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
I could use a raincoat like that.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions.
Ah, fuck that. No coat, no comment. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered there was something else I needed to do. If I can remember how to get there from here. Through the door here. Equip flashlight.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of job?
Equip the multi-tool by going to...
Yeah, I know what to do. I'm just curious.
This orange machine is dead still.
Only 42%?
A hand crank. Ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Gewalsund multi-tool. Until the lid cracks open. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep, a filament memory with the words "off-site copy" written on its side. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
A scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes.
Especially in this weather.
Lift the cube from its frosty bedding.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament?
Oh, I could read it before I give it to her.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current.
What was the way upstairs? I forget.
The bear's eyes are still.
Did open that.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Tiles on the cube are... The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. Please repeat. Is this the offsite copy?
Wait, I have a password?
Good. Please repeat the password.
After life, death.
No, that's not it.
Huh?
Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
After death, life again?
Good. I've unlocked the offsite copy. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
The filament.
Ka-ching.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. It sounds like something cracks before the piece of paper starts filling up with pure black ink. Something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this.
Uh-oh.
The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out any information.
Examine again.
A single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided to spare this one tiny dot of paper. This must be the information Sona is looking for. She knows how to make sense of it.
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay. Can I fast travel to... Actually, out of here. All right, the dice maker. Hello.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief.
God damn it. Hate navigating this area.
The barbell patiently on the floor, like a dog for its.
Now can I fast travel? Good. I thought that statue was the crab man for a second. Hanging out. All cheeked up.
Yes, what is it? Yes?
I brought it.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
What's gonna happen now?
Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
What are you even hoping to find?
I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out.
Now what?
Sorna doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it.
Huh?
Hold on.
Can I do anything?
Just give me a second. I'm almost
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly.
Congratulations, I guess?
Thank you.
Time for a celebratory drink, perhaps. Just a thought.
So where is your 2mm hole in the world?
There. In the swallow. Think you can help me again?
Sure.
I need you to go move those water bolts for me. I need to double check my calculations.
What an interesting proposition. Truly a task for the intellectuals.
Figure it out? No. I don't need you to figure anything out. I've got a computer for that. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right.
Right.
This should do the trick.
I'm going to take a picture of that in case it actually asks me how far to move each one and I don't remember.
What? She only wants you to follow instructions. Nothing intellectually stimulating. In this task, a child could do it.
I'm not going to make a fuss about it.
Thanks.
Curious to see where this goes. Third bowl. Wait, how do I know which one's the third and which one's the... Huh?
It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside those walls. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound.
What do you mean from the left or from the right? They're in a circle.
This task is an insult to your mental skills. Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall.
I was so embarrassed by this task, I actually got damaged morale. I was insulted by how little she thinks of me.
Yes, what is it?
It was mind-numbingly
Great.
easy.
Everything should be aligned now.
How I feel about my day job sometimes. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, let's do it. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Why do you have your headphones on mute?
Honestly, I'm a little scared.
Isn't it just going to be silence?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying.
Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's, well, nothing?
Because it reminds us of death. And we humans tend to think that death is pretty scary.
Scary, but we just have to face it.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing.
Literally nothing?
Nothing happens as Sona Lokanen-Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary. She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus.
Damn it. No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
You find the swallow?
No. No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it.
It's the sound of silence.
But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
This can't be it. You should have a listen. Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Well, lucky for you, I just bought a hi-fi boombox.
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men.
The disco men speakers.
Peace. You mean the speed freaks? Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
Or I could just buy the speakers from that street vendor.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Oh, now you agree?
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks.
Now she's willing to compromise. That crab man still here? Or did he just leave? Actually, I don't think I can afford the speakers yet. I think they were $50. Spent all my money on that boombox. Where the hell were those guys? They're not here. Thought I had to go around this side of the church. But there's over here. Are you the crypto guy? Oh wait, no, you're that
Hello
girl.
again.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal?
Good news.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Anodic dance music.
You have to share space until she gets her research done.
That's fine. We can manage. And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right?
Oh, you mean the illegal drug lab? No shady shenanigans in the church. Only love and anodic dance music.
We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
And the tent is gone. But is it really going to take a couple of hours, or do we just need to enter the church and let the game refresh? It looks like they're pretty well set up already.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000.
Seems like a serious fire hazard.
Ecstatic vibrations. Totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too. Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas, Estelle. Ideas from another level of consciousness.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky. Next, please.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway. The amnesia.
Like I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
What about him?
Yakokata! Yakokata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave. The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. You have?
Right?
Well, what's the name?
Disco Elysium.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
Lorian, like the car?
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgotten?
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be.
Hell yeah.
And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance.
It really was a Disco Elysium.
Someone turns up the beat.
I'm dancing.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing?
Yes, my man.
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves?
I've been meaning to ask, what's with your hair?
It's to express my individuality.
You look like Calvin.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
How old is he?
All because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me. I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20, not 20. Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway.
No words, just dance.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
But just imagine the moves you could pull to this futuristic beat.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repairs some of the damage done by
I wanted to actually see him try to dance.
If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what will happen?
Goodbye, officer.
We're close. True, hard, full car. Hardcore! Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
You know about him?
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, I'm a major achehead.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I!
Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because...
Egghead to the mega! The K became the G! The boy became the man! The Advent? We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore! Yeah!
This young man, or maybe...
Yeah!
To the E, to the A, 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 to the G, to the H, to the exclamation mark! Yeah!
He missed one A.
You missed an A.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker. I am the law. We're close. True, hard, hardcore.
I need to completely exhaust his...
Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian.
The what? Yeah!
His options.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Hell yeah.
We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the here comes the night. We're close. True, hard, it's hardcore. Skibberdees.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between
Can't
you
believe
and me, I don't know if you've
got
noticed
us
this
in.
about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority, but you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent, 'twas a security risk, and in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
I did it for mankind, for all of mankind.
Okay.
Lloyd, what do you think about the
It's
church?
a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
Are you settling in?
Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. I did get to talk to the crab man though. Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
What do you mean?
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him. The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
What's it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla.
Like the anomaly.
I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it, to contain it. I don't know, and it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for, and trying to measure. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't. Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
Maybe it's the same as the doomed commercial area.
Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Think there's any merit to that theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, Cop Man. Maybe you can figure things out, Cop Man. I think we got on a good level here.
What's with the clothes?
The signs are syncing up well. They're hardcore.
Is it?
They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Why are you so sus of everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called the Noid anyway?
It's short for paranoid.
Oh.
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion. It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
What are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of. But if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment. The pig-wheat paradigm.
Huh?
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
No. Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces.
Wow.
The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
Are you mentally ill?
Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenise people. I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill. A suspicious element.
But tell me more about the left-right business.
I prefer not to. both asked the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Guy is a deep thinker.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
Having enough food could be a precursor of greater things.
Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry.
His eyes flicker.
What is true life?
A life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself and others. Mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore. Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
Wait, this is like fascism?
Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
Ones that are more hardcore rule over the ones that are less, offer them guidance.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
So you're advocating a noise-based society?
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
What does hardcore mean to you?
Utmost dedication, thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Hell yeah.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
Let's tell him about the porn.
That's a pretty hardcore coincidence, don't you think?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Aggressive, monotonous, but also somehow sacrum, primitive, yet futuristic, like a machine man. Nothing exists but the here and now. All are one purpose. All you've managed is a list. The parts don't form a whole.
Damn it.
Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
How old do you think this church is?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
What style was it built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What would a DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Marriage is shit, yeah.
Right.
Church isn't painted white.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside. Before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual collapse.
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop Man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away.
No, I haven't.
They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live.
Or she just stopped producing milk.
End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
Where's that quote from?
A Sarais man who lived a long time ago. An ancient hardcore brother.
The religion has stopped being hardcore.
It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core.
Damn.
The way he says it, the force in Fool's core, is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
You said the Ecclesiastes were all about love and hardcore, remember?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are. Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
You have to be on drugs for that?
Only a little.
Cool.
It's a necessity. All large human gatherings are narcotic. It's just the way of the spinal cord.
There is a difference between narcotics and group elation. One kills you, the other does not.
The supercharged humanism that the innocentric system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy.
Forget it. It will become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue.
I don't. Fuck are giving me the evil eye.
You want to get inside the church, now you don't like the window?
I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Mass murder on the floor!
Would you say she was, human?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that. Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
But she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
Anything but softcore is terrifying.
You may be onto something, Copper Man. She's got those mass murdering hips.
And they don't lie. The innocence of humanism, it seems to be a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs.
Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder. Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her. There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
Are you a commie cop? Then that's why. Communism's just a bloodier humanism, if you ask me. Has her love all over it.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy.
Ouch.
What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
The mass murderer? Okay, sure.
Well, that was an interesting discussion.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait
But
to hear
like
your demo.
Underwater inside a tree.
We getting out of Martinez with this one.
And yes, I'm being more like Contact Michael, right? Don't even bring it up.
I wasn't going to.
No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sorna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. Sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favour.
Tell me about Suna.
She's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today, she told me about Welkins, and she seemed oddly happy. Like
Welkins
she had
coffee?
some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
What about Tiago?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Huh?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What's he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower? Who do you want to know about? Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
What has he organized?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organize around here either. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
High on life.
Yes. Anyway.
Could it be that he's balding?
Come to think of it, yes. He's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether.
Is he your boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about the Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us.
Huh?
Okay, maybe not egg.
What's a four-burger?
Noid and the rest are from Forburg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Palaceum. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What's a Palaceum? It's like a palace coliseum?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
No, I meant for breakfast. Of course
He's
I meant for a living.
carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere. Not to sound too dramatic, but I wouldn't make light of his belief system when he's around. Noid's a serious person. He's serious about the lifestyle.
What's this pilgrimage? Tell me more.
It's just something poor Forburg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock.
Boogie Street?
Or as much as possible. I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is
I want to go to Boogie Street.
It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Because Boogie Night is always the best in town.
Yeah. Who do you want to know about?
What about
What do you mean?
Egghead? Where is he from? How long has he been with
Actually,
you?
We don't know where he's from. Or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning. All night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Oh, that. He's the party boy. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
No offense taken.
Anyway, even if you don't have
I
vocals,
like rock
you still need
music.
someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about you.
Me? Again? I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. It really reminds you of something.
Is that like a silver fox?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Eh, fine.
Thank you. Sure.
Johnny tight lips over here. Catch the silver bird.
O pasaro de hint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Excuse me?
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
It's a teriyaki term.
What do you mean?
Silver bird.
All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did.
The word is spelled two different ways here. It's spelled L-Y here, but then down here it's YL.
He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died. What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
What about the drug lab plan?
It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the debardeurs, else they might get unhappy.
Wait, Everard authorized this?
Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to convince them, really.
Remember those bold, new exotic revenue streams Everard said he was going to fund his harbour with? You should go back and ask him about that.
It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person. Unpleasant.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
Maybe we can manipulate him?
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Everard. He's just going to deny it.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you seen Everard?
Alright, I've talked to all 4 of them. Now it's your turn.
Yes, what is it?
What? What did you say?
Come on, it's not that loud.
I can't hear you.
I mean, I do have the game music turned down pretty low for copyright.
Oh, the project! It's not going well.
Why?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you ask him?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
I already told him we're not naming it that.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. Let me know how it goes.
We're close. True, hard, full. It's hardcore.
Oh wow, he really doesn't listen.
We're close. True, hardcore. Hardcore to the med. Here comes the night.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
Yes, what is it?
We're close. True, hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skibbity. We're close.
I actually talked to him about the cable.
It's hardcore. Skibbity.
Is there like a thing I have to click on? To talk to another one of these guys?
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer. Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Welcome back.
Yes, what is it? The swallow, you mean? What about it? Because it's just trial and error. The offside copy you great.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore. Yeah!
This young man adds a... Or maybe it's not got volume.
You know about?
You know Van Eyck? Good. Good.
The Advent? Viclo, true, hardcore, yeah!
This young man, or maybe it's not.
You know about?
You know Van Eyck? Oh, well, it really is him. It's an honest-to-God Van Eyck beat. Well, actually, a reworking of a Peppy Popic and Arsos track. But let's not get too deep into that whole mess.
The Advent? Viclose, true, hard, full, core, it's hardcore! Skibbity.
Yeah, I can't talk to him about the cable.
Yes?
I still have 9 hours before that meeting. What happens if I leave and come back?
Viclose, true, hard, full, it's hardcore! Skibbity. Viclose, true, hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yeko Kata, the place to be! It's the message. Viclo, true, hardcore, yeah!
This young man, or maybe.
Wait, hold on, I want to talk to him about the case.
It's nice to be. Viclo, true, hardcore to the neck. Here comes the neck. Viclos,
It's
true,
nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
mega, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah! Yako Kata is a hardcore place.
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
Viclos, true, hardcore, internally coherent. Encore, all right! You gotta get the people going. Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. Viclo, true, hardcore to the internally Encore, all right! Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job. Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
Viclose, true, hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Encore, all right! Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's 2 on a track. Watch your back.
Is that everything?
Close. True. Hardcore to internally. Encore.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! The question is, what is the question? But there was no question. Viclo, true, hardcore, internally,
Hard talk.
hardcore! The question is, but there was a question? Viclo, true, hardcore, internally,
He furrows.
Is it though? One mind, one spirit. Viclose, true, full, core, hardcore, internally,
He furrows his brow.
hardcore. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit.
I solved it?
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
I know what'll make things hardcore. Plugging the signal in the speakers.
Those are mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5? Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 mm. These two don't mix.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Egg the music.
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes. Yeah! Back on the case! No disgrace! The first page of the second chapter!
Could it be? Maybe for him. You only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
How much is the fish?
This is a serious matter. Stop talking about fish. Fish has got nothing to do with this.
Psst. You can hear the would-be leader whisper to his friend. Don't let him know he doesn't understand the fish thing.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Try to think if anything could make it harder for.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah! He's doing it!
He's thinking!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
I know! So does mine!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
No! This is the answer! Yeah!
No, that would be silly. Your body isn't for thinking.
You a thought reader?
Nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now.
Hardcore superstar! I can be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Don't be a communist. That path is too hardcore.
Yeah! Dark hard
Reverse psychologizing him.
Egghead.
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love. When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
See?
I think so. Highly gaily. All right.
All right, I plugged in your thing.
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit?
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time? Maximum is not the only way, okay?
But it's hardcore!
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Blue style?
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready.
Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically. His hand moves to the gun holster.
What?
Nah, let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You disengaged.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural.
Like a sound vacuum.
The woman looks around.
Or just a regular vacuum. I
In
guess
the
sound can't
silence,
travel
you
in
see
that.
Dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It will devour everything.
What will?
The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on?
It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Uh-oh.
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to us! Love!
Is this supposed to happen?
It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists. A great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Wanna dance with somebody?
Oh! I want to feel the heat with somebody!
Shit! It doesn't stop. Asil, have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna come down.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop. This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down. But then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it.
Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's the start.
What was that?
It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
Her voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
You're going to write to Dulislaw?
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear. They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
What happens now?
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
I'd like to meet this Sudislaw guy.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
Joyce? See the boat lady? Who's the boat lady, right?
Yo, man. What's on your...
Yes, what is it?
Well, that was something. Still have 8.5 hours before that meeting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it tonight. Might be a next time thing.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
Wait, no, Joyce. I'm gonna find Joyce so she can help me think up a theory about that sound. Then I'll go talk to Everard. Then I might end the stream. Did I talk to what's her name, that graffiti artist after I painted that wall?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
A strange cold, it's on the tip of your tongue. 6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs. Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo.
What is the
More nor
RCM?
less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto.
Yes, that means
My
not
Spanish
de
isn't that
jure.
good. What's that mean?
The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I am here to help. Nothing more.
Yes,
He's being.
we are.
Yes. The RCM.
All three are good to know when we are out policing.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you,
and if
ma'am.
those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling, glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
She's not even asking you anything.
Stupendous. I didn't think he'd pull through. Thank God. And of course, Detective. What would you like to know? Good.
Wild
What
Pines?
we do.
There was a touch of. She nods.
The strike?
course.
Looking for new
The
stuff.
scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Who put them there?
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away.
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
You'll never guess what I found.
Did you? Wonderful.
Quickly, methodically, like an electric printing machine. She's memorizing your badge number.
It is a relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious, to say the least. It needs a quick solution, or we will have a bloodbath on our hands.
Is your freighter a real word? Hang on. E-I-T-O-R. No, not ye greater. Freighter meaning. Honorary. Oh no, I don't want to know the Disco Elysium definition. I want to know if it's a real word. Wordaz.com. Definition of freighter. Russian Army equivalent foreign rank Kazav Ryadovoy Private Cherkasny freighter. Impartially means that humanitarian aid must be provided solely on the basis of need without discrimination. What the fuck?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a
momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple.
Mercenaries.
They're meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have
Ceramic armor?
weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched. Last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
No?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Oh.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
We'll start a war?
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
I've seen videos of that.
The Seraï's giant hornet,
They boil it
the world's
alive.
second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in
Wait.
less than 4 hours.
Oh no, that's not the analogy I was thinking of.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1, 2, or in your case, 3 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater de Bois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
To contain the situation.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
Me about Krenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries.
Fourth world?
Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they are used to operating in war zones.
What is fourth world?
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating
Insane
law
Clown
enforcement
Posse.
activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world.
Maybe I could contact them on Kim's radio.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Did you know the colonel?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Know anything else about him?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We'll need to know who they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are they?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
That may be so.
Ah.
I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
Exactly what I plan to do.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is appalling.
Catastrophe.
Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Another question for you. How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Enough for
I'm
now.
sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
I didn't realize there was so much more to talk to her about. Alright, I think the last thing I'm going to do tonight is head on over to Everard and ask him about the drug supply he's given to those kids. I'll talk to that scab leader on the way. Oh, also, I'll use the radio and see if I can contact the ICP.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist
No, I don't see ICP on here.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
It was this way.
Right to work! Right to work!
Are you a mercenary?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
It just has to be said. That was not a convincing line.
Fucking loincloth.
Loincloth? Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire.
Fucking bug.
You hear a tiny rattle, a small radio,
Oh.
cracking somewhere. An earpiece. I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow.
Alright, I'm gonna see if Everard had anything new to say about these drug allegations.
The payphone.
Wait, did I have to walk through here? Get to, yeah, there we go. Like how I'm still carrying this giant pool thing. Let's see what my friend Mega Rich Lightbending Guy has to say.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I need to build up my stats so I can pitch my investment plan to him. Sell any drugs to kids lately?
Mr. Dubois, I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with?
Look, my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
Not at all.
I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again, Harry. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you?
Well, the union is involved with drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we?
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Funny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some hypnotic music in there.
You tell her to start the meth lab?
Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That Acel is the daughter of Miko the Kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab.
Oh shit.
I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you?
Badass.
Maybe it was Bogavir. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. I got it, Harry. It was Radagost. Radagost the kebab. But enough of koikos and kebabs. What else can I do for you?
Oh wait, should I now tell Acel that I know about the kebab man? Oh, I can't fast travel from here? I have to do that whole gauntlet again? Alright, I'll do that next time.
Oh, hey, mister.
This is where I'm gonna call it for the night, guys. Okay. Oh. Alright. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Stretch break. Don't forget to stretch, everyone. Now, I'll be back again on Wednesday night. I plan to return with more Undertale Yellow. I really dig that game. In the meantime, check out my links down below. Follow me there as you wish. Right there in the chat as well. All my previous streams are posted to YouTube too, so check them out there. And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and find someone to raid. I wish you all a good night. See you later.